Hello Yellow Nation. So today's tutorial is about how to create a sleeve placket. I know this tutorial is very easy and straightforward, so please, if you can follow me through the ups and downs of the tutorials, I'll very much appreciate it and I hope you enjoy it. And before we go into it, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and just click like on this video if it has been helpful to you. So now let's get into the tutorial.
Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to create a rectangle fabric. Now this is my fabric right here. The fabric is not as stiff, so I added a stiffener to make it stiff. So if you have a fabric that needs stiffening, add a stiffener. And if the fabric is thick on its own, then you don't need to stiffen it like I did. So what I did was to cut out my fabric that I want to use, the fabric that I want to use for the placket. So what you will cut out is 4 inches by 7 inches. So after cutting out your 4 inches by 7 inches rectangle, at the edge of one of the corners, you are going to go in by 2.25 inches by 1 inch. So this is 2.25 inches and this is 1 inch right here. So now we're then going to take from this corner, from the corner that you already cut out, we are going to go in by 1 inch like this and then draw a line. So I'm going to draw a line right here of 1 inch. Now after drawing my line, then I'm going to go in by another 0.5 inch from the line I just drew and draw another line. So I've drawn another line right here. Then after drawing these 2 lines, I'm going to go down by 0.5 inches here and then draw a line to connect the 2 lines here. Now after connecting the 2 lines there, I'm then going to find the middle mark between my 2 lines, because that is where I'm going to cut when I place my placket on my fabric. So I'm going to draw out the middle line between these 2 and then draw a V shape right here like this. So this is what we have. We have our first line, which is 1 inch from the edge. We draw a straight line and then we take 0.5 inches from that and draw this. You go down 0.5 inches from the top, find the middle mark and then draw a V. The length of the V should be about 0.5 inches also. So you have the first stage of the placket. Now after doing that, you're going to grab your sleeve. Now this is the sleeve, and if you need instruction on how to make a sleeve pattern, you can also watch that on my channel. The video is on my channel to create a sleeve pattern. So for my sleeve pattern, I'm going to fold it into 4 like this, 1, 2, and then fold it into another 2, so to make it 4. So I'm folding it into 4 like this because I want to know where to place my placket. My placket is going to be on the 1/4 side of my sleeve. So I'm going to open it. This is where the 1/4 line lands right here, and I'm going to place my placket right there. You see I'm placing it on the wrong side of my sleeve. So you place the placket right side to wrong side. So I'm going to then make sure that I match this middle line that I drew here and match it to that 1/4 of my sleeve, and then I'm going to just pin it down. I'm going to pin it down and make sure that it matches right there. Now you can use an iron to make sure you get the nice crease of the 1/4 of your sleeve. I used iron previously, so that's why the crease is still there. This is the crease right here, so that's why I just place the middle, the very middle, not this side, not this side, the middle. So I place the middle to this and then I pin it down, and now I'm going to stitch on my yellow lines outside. I'm going to stitch. So after sewing it in the 4 corners, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm sewing it. Yeah, this is what I sewed. So after sewing, then I'm going to take scissors and cut open this line right here and then cut my triangle as well. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it. Try not to cut your stitched or your stay stitch. This is your stay stitch. Try not to cut your stay stitch while you're cutting out a triangle, but at the same time make sure your triangle is very close, or make sure the cutting of the triangle is very close to the stay stitch like this. So after doing that, I'm going to remove my pins and then I'm going to go to the ironing board. Let's go to the ironing board together. So to iron it, the first thing we're going to do is to take this edge here, the longer edge, and I'm going to fold it by about 0.25 inches here, and I'm going to iron that down. Okay, I'm going to iron it like this. Now after ironing this edge, I'm going to iron again, but let me flip it inside out. You know, this is the wrong side. This is the wrong side that we sewed on, so I want to flip it over to the right side. So I'm going to flip it inside out like this, and so we have something like this. You see that it's already looking like your placket already. Little by little we'll get there. So after flipping it inside out, now I'm going to iron what I have right here to make everybody settle in nicely and sweetly, and to make everybody behave. So I'm going to iron this like this. Now after ironing that, I'm going to take the smaller parts, or the the less wide part, I'm going to fold it into two, so like a 0.5 inches line like this. So I'm going to fold it 0.5 inches, and then I'm going to iron it again. Then I'm going to take this side and fold it like this. I hope you understand what I'm doing. So you take this side and fold it like this, so that it covers the smaller placket. Look at it right here, it covers it like this. So let me repeat that again. So it was here, there was a space between both of them before, so I'm going to take the bigger one and fold it to cover the smaller one. Remember, I ironed the 0.25 inches right here, and I'm just going to fold that 0.25 inches on my sewing. This is my sewing right here. I'm going to fold it like this, right? And you see that it completely covers it. So now I'm going to iron it again. Okay, and then we have our placket is, it's already formed a little bit. So now I'm going to stitch. I just ironed it down, but now I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and stitch it like this, and stitch it here like this. So stitch it on this end, and then stitch it all the way across, just a little bit across like this. And then after doing that, I'm also going to stitch this side of it, but let's do it step by step. I'll show you what that looks like now. Okay, so I have finished stitching this, and I stitched it across here like this. So I'm then going to take the longer one, and then since I already ironed this fold, remember that I did that, I'm going to fold it like this. So I ironed this crease right here while I was ironing, so it's like 1 inch, then 1 inch, then the 0.25 inches fold. So I'm going to fold this into two like this, right? And then I'm going to place it right on top of this like this. Okay, now at this edge here, I'm going to run a stitch up like this, up to here. This is where I'm going to stop my stitch, and then I'm going to take my v-neck shape, or the arrow shape. This is the arrow shape right here. So you can just take it like this, go this way, and stitch like this and like this. All right, and then your placket will be all done and ready to go. Now because I'm extra, I don't really want the arrow design, even though that's the most common one. The arrow design is the most common one, but I actually wanted like a one-sided arrow or something. I don't even know, maybe this is a spear, this is an arrow, this is a spear, so I just prefer this spear design, just to give it a little bit of zhuzh and extra. So you see what I did, I stitched it up like this, then I stitched my arrow sign, went in like this, and like this, and my placket is ready. So this is what your placket looks like. And then you put the buttons here, and then you put the you put the buttonholes here. Now I already have a video on how to create buttonholes when you don't have a buttonhole buttonhole foot. I already created a video for that, so if you need to watch that, make sure you watch that in order to create your own buttonholes. And then after doing this, you just add your cuffs to your sleeve, and your shirt is going to be ready. You just add your cuff. The cuff making process is very easy. Just a rectangle, you just add it to the bottom. Maybe you can even use this black color, because that's what I'm going to use, and then your cuff is going to be ready. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you remember to subscribe, and I hope you remember to like this video, share it to your loved ones, comment, and until I see you again next week, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, have a wonderful month, have a wonderful year. Bye.